your news in your community. This is KRBC, Abilene's local news at 6.
Good evening, I'm Asian reporter Trisha Takanawa.
And I'm Marcia Majors-Hill. With daily reports of arrests made for child sex crimes, it may seem like these offenses are on the rise.
But the Cyber Crimes Unit of the Abilene Police Department says the number of these crimes committed is not necessarily increasing. There's just a greater pursuit to catch child sex offenders. KRBC's Catherine Garcia explains.
Well, as we reported last week, this old Kmart building will become the new home for the Abilene Police Department. And with the new building comes new facilities, including a laboratory for the Cyber Crimes Unit. And we're told by Sergeant Jason Hack of Cyber Crimes that he was unaware of how much child porn was circulating on the internet, especially in Abilene.
There had been a few cases off and on throughout our careers where we would hear about this stuff come up. When we specifically started targeting these crimes, it was unreal with the amount of offenders that are out there that are viewing child pornography.
And while Detective Christopher Milliron says cyber crimes encompasses more than child pornography.
Cyber crimes are online solicitation of minors, cases where people are soliciting, underage children for sex.
Sergeant Hack says there's a correlation between sexual assault of children and child porn consumption.
In the short time that we have been operating here at the Abilene Police Department, we have come across many contact offenders that are into the child pornography, and we got to them through child pornography.
Detective Milliron says the prevalence of these crimes is nothing new, but technology has increased accessibility.
There were physical hard copies that people had to share in order to pass around child pornography, whereas today, anyone with a computer or a smartphone with some time on their hands can figure out how to view and distribute child pornography.
Sergeant Hack saying Abilene is not alone in its amount of cyber crimes.
It's not just Abilene, it's in every community. We are, our city administration has taken a proactive stance on this, and is now letting us go after, or giving us the tools to go after sex offenders that are committing these crimes.
Sergeant Hack says he does want to see further punishment for these offenders, especially more prison time. Reporting at the new Abilene Police Department, Catherine Garcia, KRBC, Abilene's local news.
And we'll get some more local news in 60 seconds. First, let's go to Ollie with a look at the weather.
Friday, Saturday. It's gonna be boring, Abilene, like always, guys.
All right, thanks, Ollie. A huge landmark coming from the state capitol today. House lawmakers have now passed the bill to raise teacher pay. This top-tier Texas legislature news. The bill would not only raise teacher pay, but also include other long overdue improvements that, never mind. The bill provides $9 billion in school funding, more money for each student, and mechanisms to lower property tax. In a statement, Governor Greg Abbott said, quote, the legislature is making changes that will have a lasting impact on our education system and, more importantly, our students.
And in more Texas news tonight, trucks delivering goods from Mexico to the United States are facing up to 12 hours of gridlock. Companies now in fear of border shutdown would inflict chaos on supply chains, and the $1.7 billion daily trade. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security officials said a recent redeployment of about 750 officers on the border has led to the slowing of legal crossings and commerce at ports of entry. And with that gridlock at the ports of entry, schools in border towns like the University of Texas at El Paso are getting prepared for potential impact from housing to food. That's because students may not be able to freely cross into Juarez, El Paso. UTEP is already preparing for the worst with President Attlee's latest threats, there we go, to close the border. Food pantries are being set up for students unable to return home to Mexico, and warnings are going out to students to start planning for a border shutdown, as this would end up affecting international programs and temporary housing.
She sounds so bored.
There's not a lot of room, and there's a lot of us that cross daily.
Is there audio?
And if I get stuck in Juarez, well, I've been communicating with my professors. They all understand what's going on. Even my boss knows what's going on, so we're just going to work it out as it goes.
UTEP has over 25,000 students, not including staff that could potentially be affected by border closing.
The city of Ranger celebrating its 100th anniversary tomorrow. KRBC's Kelsey Pittman shows how they've pushed through the tough times.
Ranger was born in an era of horse and buggies, drawing in people because of the McCluskey oil well. Their population being about 35 to 40,000.
Main Street used to be a lot busier. A lot of fancy stores and barber shops.
Now, 100 years later, it's a bit quieter, with a population of nearly 2,500.
When we opened up, there wasn't a vacant building on Main Street. There was business in every one of them. And then it just slowly disappeared. But we stayed because we still had a good business, still doing lots of work.
Joanne Greenwood is the owner of W. Greenwood's Auto Parts Shop. 1968.
What we do is what kept us surviving. Now the others I don't know about.
The city and businesses staying alive because of the citizens.
They care about the city, about the town, and so they're wanting to bring people in to see what we have and let them know.
Like the McGinnons, moving here a year ago from California.
All right, thanks and welcome, K-Pitt. The festivities start tomorrow and go through Sunday. There will be a parade, concert, vendors, time capsule, and revealing of the first ever Ranger flag, and it's all free. Staying in Ranger now, police officers are participating in the viral hashtag #BackTheBlueBonnet photo challenge. Police officers across the state are posing in blue bonnet fields and posting witty captions. The Ranger Police Department captioned its photo, "Felt cute, might arrest someone later." IDK. Their post has been shared almost 700 times.
After more than a decade, the remains of 17 unaccompanied veterans will be escorted from Amarillo to San Antonio to finally be laid to rest. Tomorrow afternoon, the Patriot Guard motorcycle riders will be stopping in Sweetwater at Love's gas station to refuel around 1:30 p.m. After that, they will head south toward Menard?
Yep.
For their final stop before reaching their destination in San Antonio. Love's has even donated $2,000 to their mission. It's hard for me to speak English, apparently, but it's also hard for former prisoners to build a new life once they're not behind bars anymore. That's where New Beginnings steps in to help. And today is the first day of the annual New Beginnings garage sale. This story that's positively Abilene. This is the group's largest fundraiser of the year, allowing it to support the women that come through its program. Most of them are newly released from prison, needing help to get back on their feet. Although the sale offers plenty of great finds, it also offers the chance to gain new perspective of those coming out from the incarceration with women in the program on site to help visitors sift through the sale.
What?
I can't English.
Unmic Steven.
Do it.
Unmic him. Unmic him. Okay, keep him mic'd.
You can get a sneak peek of the sale tonight with donations. The sale continues tomorrow through Saturday at 118 Arnold Boulevard. More information can be found on New Beginnings Facebook page or on our website, BigCountryHomepage.com.
Coming up on your local news at 6, the Abilene Zoo has a new face lurking in the trees coming up in one of its exhibits. We'll introduce you to the new edition when we come back, but first, let's check in with Ollie.
And this is Ollie. We have weather coming up right after the break.